a dog-eat-dog world in the advertising universe. So entrepreneurs Ted Schachter and Geraldo Mercado set themselves apart by finding a new kind of client. They specialize in working for nonprofits, from United Cerebral Palsy to the Alcoholism Council of New York. With annual billings of $5 million, they are definitely barking up the right tree. Now, Ted Schachter and Geraldo Mercado, they join me now on It's Only Money. Welcome to It's Only Money, gentlemen.
Thanks for having me.
We've had Ball this morning looking at your ads. They are really something else. Let's start out. I want to take a look at one of the top ones that you do. It's a suicide ad. Now, this is great. The title there, if you can see it, it's 3 a.m. and everything sucks. All right, what's going on here? How did you come up with that?
Well, the target market was teens because it's a very big problem for teenagers because of all the peer pressure and Nike and everybody else. They're all forced into conforming, and the pressure's getting to them. So suicide is a big problem. And we looked at ways to communicate to kids, but not everybody wants to kill themselves. Sometimes they just need someone to talk to. So we didn't want to go into an extreme. We wanted to say, look, if you just need to talk to, you don't have anyone to talk to us.
So you struck the right tone in there. If you just want to talk, here it is, because occasionally everything sucks for a lot of people, right?
Yeah, the problem we have is actually getting the word sucks in most media, because we tried outdoor, and most outdoor didn't want to put the word sucks because they figured it was, I don't know, it was vulgar. These are the same buses that have naked men driving on them, so.
Oh, those ads. I've never seen those before. Okay, Geraldo, let me ask you, we're talking about nonprofit clients, but you guys had $5 million in annual billings last year. So how did you make this profit out of nonprofits?
We've divided it basically into three types of area. We do media placement, which does basically into ads and so forth. We do smaller agencies who have an idea of what they want to do or what they want to become. So we start with them by doing corporate design, icons, logos, stationery, and build from there.
But the point is that even nonprofit agencies do have it in the budget to advertise, and so you can make money. I think a lot of people are confused about that if you're doing something as a public service or a nonprofit, there is some money to be made in that, and you have really made that to be your niche business right now.
Yeah, the reason for that was simple. It was a marketing decision, too. Not only does it make us feel good because of the results we get, but also nonprofits have been second-tier accounts in most ad agencies, putting in usually junior personnel on them and shifting them to wherever the big accounts are. So we said, well, they're underserved. We can do great creative. Why not just dedicate ourselves to do something we feel good about?
In fact, you were saying something to the effect earlier that you find Mother Teresa more glamorous than Kate Moss. In other words, you feel good about what you're doing at the end of the day?
Yeah, you do get a good feeling at the end of the day to know that you actually helped someone else, save their lives and not buy a pair of sneakers or something like that. It makes a bigger difference to us.
Speaking of that, let's take another look at some of the stuff you've done. Now, on a beer bottle, let's see if we can get that graphic up. On beer bottles themselves. These are not your ordinary beer bottles, folks. These are public service announcements. As you can see, your left side of the screen, that, of course, in case you can't recognize that, that's a morgue shot there. That's the tagged toe shot. And it says, Johnny Walker on ice. How did you come up with that?
Well, the problem was underage drinking, and most places and most ad agencies treated alcohol as a generic product. And we said it's not a generic product. Alcohol is a universe made up of drinks. Nobody goes out to say, let's grab some alcohol. They say, let's go out for some drinks. So what we aim to do in our campaign is kind of blow up the bridges that are built by alcohol companies to their target market, blow up those bridges by reversing it, and build new bridges of understanding and awareness.
You're changing the psychology of the entire viewing population out there. Tell me, where do we find these? I've seen the beer bottles, but where do you see them around?
We've sent them around to press kits,
press kits
to other places. We had sent them to magazines that were interested in what alcoholism was about, what it represents.
And we've also seen these posters in the subways. For instance, I've seen the one that puts a whole new spin on the phrase frozen margarita. All right. Now, there is a homeless woman, is it?
Yeah. What happens is alcoholism has a lot of side effects. Death is one of them, homelessness, domestic violence. It all starts with usually sometimes somebody losing control. So frozen margarita has never really been regarded as a drink because it's fruity.
There it is, frozen margarita, the left side of your screen. That is not exactly the drink that everybody had in mind. You really are changing the psychology. Here we are, the effects of alcohol. This is on the reverse side of the beer bottle. Just a fantastic campaign. Most likely cause of death for a 16-year-old. 62% of all assaults, 68% of all manslaughters, robberies, murders. Unbelievable. 40% of cases treated in hospitals. So basically, you're sending the message that it's, as you say, the counter to what the big liquor agencies are doing. Let me talk to you just a little bit about some entrepreneurs say that all you need to do is work for the very large corporation of America in order to strike out on your own. You were at Saatchi & Saatchi. It's a huge agency. What turned you off in that agency?
Well, I was there very briefly. What turned me off was Morris and Charles. They were buying agencies up, and they looked at growth by just buying agencies, and I looked at growth as doing good work for clients, and they downsized. And actually, I was in a program that got downsized out because I didn't have the seniority. And
so you downsized out. You got away from the suits, as it were. You're the creatives. You started your own company. You got $5 million in billing this year. I will say one thing in closing, that one of your competitors from Gary Advertising did say, and I'm quoting here, I love this, he's saying that, well, you're sort of edgy and feisty, and that's what your ads are, and in your face, but then Ted's like that too. Is that a compliment?
I think so, but what people have to understand is it takes clients that want to do that kind of work. The Alcoholism Council, Bill Rader, Stacia Murphy, they're people in charge. They're the ones that made it possible. We can only present. If they don't have the guts to do it, then the campaign doesn't go anywhere.
You're two very gutsy gentlemen, Geraldo and Ted. Thank you so much for joining us. The name of the ad agency is Dog Eat Dog, and you'll be seeing their ads. All right, we will be right back with more just in a few minutes.